Yes, this person never has time for you. This person always has something to do. This person is just doing everything but making time for you. This could even be somebody who's like extremely active on social media, gets to their phone hella fast. I mean, the signs are clear. You are no one's leftovers. Do not accept the bare minimum, and don't sell yourself short, and do not allow people to play with your power. Salut sacred souls, it is Sirian Mermaid and welcome back to the channel. Today, I haven't done one of these spiritual talks in a little bit, but I felt this one pulling on me for quite a while. Now I had prepared this idea, this download came to me and I said, okay, I'm gonna make a video about this in time, and that was months ago. And so I feel like now more than ever is the time to talk about recentering yourself and your power and unapologetically standing up for yourself, being resilient, and not accepting any excuses from yourself or from other people in your life as to why you are not successful, because you were born to succeed. You were born to reach higher heights. And I see a lot, and I speak mainly from the sense of being an oracle, a messenger, an intuitive, an empath, a feeler, a light worker, a chosen one. So I speak from that space, from that essence, but I'll say not just limited to the spiritual community, tarot, there is just an overwhelming amount of pain that our collective feels and is processing, and many people are having blocks for many years and not being able to fully navigate or release pain that is ultimately meant to teach us, because in life, pain is natural. That's part of the dynamic process. That's part of the duality of life, the pain, the pleasure, the good, the bad, so the highs and the lows. But I want you to know that you are needed to show up for yourself. You need you, right? And there is such a vast crowd and audience and collective that you are put here to serve. But the longer you delay in your self-development and growth, the longer you delay the life you deserve to have, to live, the legacy you deserve to lead and to live for yourself. So I make this video with so much love, grace, and compassion. We are in the thunder moon, the buck moon, full Capricorn moon. So a lot of emotions, a lot of energy, a lot of reflection on the things that are working for us, the things that are going right in our lives, but also just a quiet reflection on the things that may not be working or aligning with the goals and the mission that has been established for our soul's path, right? And that we have set for ourselves on our spiritual journey. So this is just a time to realign, and as the moon is full, so are we, with the emotions and energy and just everything that has just accumulated over past cycles, right? And so this is a beautiful time to release, and I highly recommend checking out the pick a card that was dropped for the thunder full moon as well. But I want you to know that when your feelings and emotions are not being reciprocated, it's a time for you to create distance, to create stillness, and to just be present. And in that stillness and in that sense of presence is where you have the most power to tap into your inner intuition, your inner discernment, and receive the clarity that you need to move forward in your life, in your relationships, or to move forward from those relationships. So I want you to know that there is so much more to life than sometimes the things that we place so much minute focus on. And I say this not to invalidate your perspective or your experience, but I say this to sort of reframe your experience, so that you can see that there is such abundance and vastness in this universe, and that your experience, you're not alone in it, for one, and two, whatever you desire through the things that are actually, bringing up feelings of pain for you through that process of trying to get to that other side of that, or trying to attain something that you desire that you're experiencing blockages in, understand that there is no real scarcity unless you perceive your situation as some sort of having some sort of scarcity. If you perceive and speak over your life and continue to nurture a frequency of abundance, well, then that is what you shall have. So understand, and overstand that your perception is what's leading this whole thing, right? We have free will. We were granted by God, the Most High, that free will to be able to set out on our path and to align with our destiny. And sometimes there's little booby traps, little obstacles, little hiccups here and there that are sent to us to help us, to challenge us, and to help us reaffirm, realign, and reinstate our soul's intentions, and to become stronger in that, and to grow through such pain and struggle and freedom from that pain and struggle, and acceptance of the reality that we are often faced with in life, to then say, okay, realistically speaking, this is the situation. Ideally, this is what I desire. How can I make these two realities converge, align? And we have full control and power over our being to bring into reality that which we desire. However, that's not always attached to a specific soul. Every soul has free will. And so this is why, even with my clients and my soul tribe, I do bring up a lot that it's impertinent that we do not impose on others free will. Because that comes with a lot of different consequences. And you never know who someone else is working with, who their guides are, what their system of divine protection is in their life. Nor does that, regardless of what that looks like or what that is for someone else, that doesn't give us jurisdiction to impose on someone else. So I think it's so important for us to draw our power back to ourselves, because, with the spiritual leaks, and I'll speak more on spiritual leaks in another video, but continuously diverging our energy into these different sources and buckets and pots of which we're not getting back honest, high level return on our investment, there's no true profit in that, then we will find ourselves depleted and drained again and again. And so I want to just reaffirm to you that you are on the right path, so long as you continue to surrender to the truth of your circumstance, and with that truth, be able to create and redesign and realign with an even higher truth, or a higher expression of that truth, which is a higher timeline. So continue to elevate in your life. Continue to take yourself seriously. Invest in yourself. You can never go wrong investing in yourself, because when you do that, you send out a frequency that attracts and pulls people to you like bees to honey. And you draw that energy to you. It's like a divine feminine energy, just pulling things to you like a magnet, to be ready to receive and align with people that also invest in you. Like attracts like, you attract who you are. Those are the strongest players, the key players that will be in your life. So when you believe you can do it, when you know that you are love, when you embody abundance, you will continue to have that reflected back to you through the reflection that is life, through the reflection that is another person. Because we are all each other pushed out. This is what one of my spiritual mentors taught me. Love her so much. Everyone, she said, is you pushed out. So when we feel like, oh, this person isn't seeing me. Oh, I feel like, oh, they're just discarding me like I'm leftovers. You're no one's leftovers. But do you truly see that for yourself? Or are you continuing to invest your energy in something that isn't giving you a return on your investment? No matter the emotion associated with that connection, no matter the things that you admire about the person, that's fine. But in that form and through that connection, are you receiving the reciprocal energy through that soul tie, that energetic cord? Is there a back and a forth, Is it wholesome? Is it fulfilling? Is it stable, consistent, secure, and real? And if it isn't those things, well, you know what to do. You have to place yourself in position as the MVP at all times in your life. Because hey, if no one's driving your car of life, who's doing it? Right? When we pray, but we show up with 0, what can God multiply? What can He amplify? Anything to the power of 0 to the power of anything is 0. 0 times anything is gonna be 0, child. So we have to be willing to show up with the tools God gave us and the essence He instilled in us to have the force and power of being, to live this life in the highest way and to carry this thing out as we really intended. We have rights to our soul's path. Do you know how powerful that is? Even when your soul has set intentions coming into this life by the will and power and permission of the Most High God, you can still revise your contracts, your soul contracts in this life. So if someone's not showing up for you the way that your souls have agreed, the way that your souls were inclined to do, then it's time to decline that offer, or the lack thereof. Decline the breadcrumbs. That page of pentacles reverse, decline. That page of anything, decline. Okay, we are queens and kings. We're not getting lower than that. No way. Only when we're learning and continuing to grow within ourselves and we are able to humble ourselves to the reality that, hey, I'm a baby in this, I'm new in that. But when it comes to energy and reciprocity, that is not to be negotiated. Your life, your 𝐏𝐥𝐚𝐽, your force, your power of being, that is not to be negotiated. So this Capricorn moon really, I think, has pulled on me to fulfill the things that I said I was going to do in my life, to continue to invest in myself, to continue to learn and grow and mature, and to pour so much into myself, and to be present with myself so that I can be someone who can be an anchor and hold a place and a space for the people in my life that truly value and deserve to be part of my life and my path and my mission. And so the more you do that, the more you're going to see people standing out who are not in alignment. Anyone who makes you feel uncomfortable, like you have to do more than you're comfortable with doing, that drain you, you always feel like, oh my gosh, like I just can't wait to get away from this person. It's not for you to adjust and move around them, walk around eggshells. It's for you to mobilize your resources and utilize your power to remove yourself from this situation or to remove them from your environment. You are going to be no one's leftovers. You were never anyone's leftovers. But you have to align with that understanding of your true worth and your true value, right? Because if you don't believe it, who else will? Who else can? I mean, I sure do. I'm preaching to the choir, I'm sure. But trust that what you're sending out, you're sending a big signal in the universe. What do you want to receive? Just know what you put out there, you're going to get back. Just as if you're not investing enough in yourself, you're going to align with people that don't invest in you and maybe themselves as well, right? This person never has time for you. This person always has something to do. This person is just doing everything but making time for you. This could even be somebody who's like extremely active on social media, gets to their phone hella fast. I mean, the signs are clear. The signs are clear. When someone sends you a loud signal, respond. Not react, overreact, underreact, react. Respond to the information you've been provided. We have to rise above our emotions into the thinking of God. We have to master our emotions so we can master our life. So we can experience the powerful things that this life has to offer. when someone has a red flag, it's not for you to compensate for the areas in which they lack. It's for you to continue to hold your boundaries. Because if you're not guarding you, you're not protecting you, who is? You have to be that first line of defense, right? You have to surrender yourself to the divine protection that God has in place for you. Because sometimes we're like, oh, am I protected? This happened, this attack, that attack, this thing happened, that thing happened. Are you making yourself vulnerable by stepping outside of the protection, by not either having the education or the discipline or the maturity to make self-aligned decisions? Because your highest self is one with the Most High God. So are you following your intuition, or are you letting fear guide your path? When fear takes over, not that we don't have fear. Sometimes you gotta do it even when you're scared. That's courage, and that's beautiful. But do you have the courage to be exclusive? Do you have the courage to be rejected? Do you have the courage to be accepted into the life that is really for you? Do you have the patience and faith, even of a mustard seed, to see, just maybe see what God's trying to redirect you to through that rejection? And then, maybe then, if you have the patience, the resilience, and the steadfastness of being, maybe then you can see what God was trying to delicately unfold for you when the time was just ripe and right for you. See, things broke my heart, yes. My heart was broken, girl, boy. Ma'am, sir, brusses. Split open, okay? Like a split open chicken. But let me tell you, I can laugh about it now. I can goof off, I can make silly jokes like I'm doing right now, because that process I allowed myself to go through. But one thing that truly helped me work myself out of the emotional dark abyss, the ego death, so to speak, right, is that the experience became so painful that I had to alchemize it, right? But also, I had to have resilience and take accountability and responsibility for my life. And that happened when I became honest with myself about what I was feeling, instead of trying to put my emotions down and say, oh no, I don't feel that, I don't care, right? I was like, oh, yeah, I feel like this. Why do I feel like this? Why am I letting this person treat me like this? Why am I holding a space for something that doesn't align with me? Right? So we have to reorient the energy. So let's step back, pull back. Step back into your divine feminine power. Invest in yourself, pour into yourself. And I'm telling you, everything else will just fall into place. Don't put yourself last. Don't allow them to put you last. Focus on the goal. Keep yourself first. Be that first line of defense. And let the blessings commence. So thank you so much, Sacred Souls, for tuning in to this latest spiritual tea time. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've ever had an experience where you felt like, you know, you were in a situationship, or just a situation where you felt like people weren't valuing you, or you weren't getting the reciprocity that you desire in a connection and deserve. Let me know what your thoughts were, how you're navigating that, how you navigated, and what you'd like to see more of on this channel. And of course, as always, personal readings are down below in the description box to my beautiful shop. Okay, so feel free to shop personal reads and check out my socials as well through that link down below in the description box and in the bio. And until next time, je t'aime et à la prochaine!